Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Emma and today I'm bringing you, and me really, a book haul. Let's get into it. I think I'm going to start off with hardbacks, right? Now I very rarely buy a hardback. I will wait for the paperback to come out, but recently there's been too many fantasy romances that I have just been like, I would like to read that right now. The first one I have to show you is a Watchstone special edition and it is A Tempest of Tea by Hafsa Faizal. I think this book is stunning. I think the cover is so fun and beautiful. I think it's great. I love a cup of tea. I'm definitely a tea drinker over a coffee drinker. I love a cup of tea. So I was like, A Tempest of Tea, what is that? And then I found out it had vampires in it and it was kind of Peaky Blinders style with a heist. You have the main character who runs a tea house, but then at night it becomes a blood house for vampires. So it's kind of underground, not really anybody's supposed to know about it, but there's also like a group of vampires. And I was like, right. Instant buy. It has sprayed edges, which I also think are very fun. It's kind of like smoky and that, it's nice. And it's also signed by the author. Fun. I don't know when I'm going to read it, but so looking forward to it. Next fantasy romance that I bought is Feybound by Sarah El Arifi. I have never read a book by this author and also never read a book by Hafsa Faizal before either, but seen this and I was like, that cover is absolutely stunning. And then I seen the sprayed edges and I was like, oh, that is absolutely beautiful. I love that. I love red, black and gold together. So this one I actually don't know a lot about. Oh, it's also signed by the author. I should know that by the sticker on the front. Signed by the author. Look at all of these leaves. How nice. I'll be honest, this one I don't know much about, right? So it says, Yiren was born on the battlefield, lived on the battlefield, and one day she knew she'd die on the battlefield. As a warrior in the Elven army, Yiren has known nothing but violence her whole life. Her sister Lettel is trying to make a living as a diviner, seeking prophecies of a better future. When a fatal mistake leads to Yiren's exile from the Elven lands, both sisters are forced into the terrifying wilderness beyond their borders. There they encounter the impossible, the Fey court. The Fae haven't been seen for millennium, but now Yiren and Lettel are thrust into their seductive world, torn between their loyalty to each other, their elven homeland, and their hearts. Another fantasy romance that I was actually determined, like I knew in myself, I was like, I'm not going to buy this because I'm just not interested in it. And then I was persuaded by a couple of people I follow on YouTube that I might like this because they were enjoying it and we kind of have the same similar tastes. And I was like, I'm going to give it a go. It's Throne of the Fallen by Kerri Maniscalco. Now, the reason I'm a bit apprehensive about this book is because I started to read, The Kingdom of the Wicked series, which is a YA romance fantasy series. And the first book I did not vibe with at all. I kept reading it and no, that way I was like trying to speed read it because I wasn't enjoying it. And I was like, just put the book down. You don't like it. So I ended up DNFing the whole series, but I had the entire series on my bookshelf for ages. So I kind of skim read the next two books in the series just to kind of see what was going to go on. Don't know why I done that because I'm literally not interested in it, but I just did not care. But then this book was announced that it was coming out, and a few people in the past couple of months I have seen that I really appreciate their views on this book. I was like, do you know what? I might actually like it. So I'm going to give it a go. This follows Envy. So in the Kingdom of the Wicked series you have like it's kind of like the 7 deadly sins. So in that one you follow Wrath and his relationship with, I can't even remember the female main character's name to be honest, but you follow their journey and it's fantasy romance. And then this is one of his brothers. So it's set in the same world, but this is purely adult fantasy romance. So I think that might be why I like it a bit better. So I'm hoping that I do. Together, Envy and Camilla must embark on a perilous journey through the underworld, from glittering demon courts to the sultry vampire realm and beyond, while trying to avoid the most dangerous trap of all, falling in love. Right, I'm not going to go into it with preconceived thoughts of Kingdom of the Wicked. I'm going to take this as a brand new book and see how we go from there. So this is another book that I had pre-ordered and I honestly cannot remember a thing about it. It's Where the Dark Stands Still by A.B. Poranek. This is a YA fantasy romance, I believe. So here's a wee quote from something in the book, right? It says, "Do not go back to that village, Liska." He holds her gaze steadfast. "Stay here with me. Stay and you can have all the power and magic you desire. Stay and you can be anyone you want." I'm going to go into this having only read that, but it's nice, isn't it? That's all I can tell you. How do people do book hauls? Like, how do they do it unless they've read all the books? How do they do it? So as you may have known, I am making my way through the Addicted series by Kristen Becker Ritchie. So this year I have bought Kiss the Sky, Hot House Flower and Thrive. I'm not going to go into what the Addicted series is. I've done that in my monthly wrap up for January and February, so if you want to know what it's about, then you can go and look at that. But I am collecting the books as I go. I still have to read Thrive. I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, bought these three. Love that series. Another wee kind of romance series, I guess, I bought. I don't even know if this is a proper series or if it's like an interconnected standalone or if it's just set in the same universe. I'm honestly not sure. But at the start of the year, or at the end of last year, can't remember, Talia Hibbert put on Instagram that she was doing a wee kind of book bundle deal where you could get 3 books in this series and they were going to be signed. So I bought them. In the wee bundle, you get The Princess Trap, you get The Roommate Risk, and you get The Fake Boyfriend Fiasco. 2 of which are in my March TBR that I'm very looking forward to reading. And if you want to see the signature, there it is. I really want to read a lot of Talia Hibbert's backlist books, so bought them, looking forward to them. Okay, so the next book I bought, I actually can't tell you anything about it because it is the 5th book in a series that I have not started yet. Was it a silly decision on my part to buy it at this moment in time? Probably. But it's a decision I made and I've bought it now, so it's here. I bought Magnolia Parks Into the Dark by Jessa Hastings. This is the 5th book in the series, and the only reason I bought it is because I was kind of scared that I wasn't going to get this cover because I have these covers of Magnolia Parks and I don't want the new covers to get intertwined with this series. I want all the covers to match. So I bought it. So yeah, that's all I can tell you. I have no idea what's in this book. I have no idea what's in the first 4 books. It's over 600 pages. This book is massive. Oh my god, I'm stressing about the book I've not even read yet. But hey ho, I bought it. So I had this one pre-ordered. This Could Be Us by Kennedy Ryan. This is the second book in the... I don't remember what this series is called, but this is the second one in the series and I absolutely loved the one. The first one was Before I Let Go, and this one, I'm so excited to read this. I'm nervous, right? I'm nervous because I know it's going to be emotional. I know it's going to get me in the gut. I know I'm going to cry because I do it every single one of Kennedy Ryan's books. I can't help it. They hurt in a good way. In this one we follow Soledad, who is a friend of Yasmin, who we meet in the first book, and she's already married with kids, right? And I think this relationship breaks down. I think there's a bit of betrayal in the relationship and I just know that I'm going to be sad for Soledad, but I'm going to hope and pray that she finds someone that she deserves. She deserves a good man. That's that one. Very excited about it. Can't wait to read it. But I know it's going to hurt so bad. Another book I have is by an author that I've read before and it's Hannah Bonham Young's Next of Kin. In this book we follow Chloe and Warren, who are guardians for their siblings and they can't be guardians for their siblings on their own, so they end up in this programme where they have to live together as like a 4 so that they can take care of their siblings, and it's something I've never read of before. I think it'll be a very nice, wholesome, fun romance. I loved Hannah Bonham's book that I read last year, Out on a Limb. Loved that. So I'm looking forward to reading more and this just seems nice. So after reading Elsie Silver's Chestnut Springs series last year, I have been looking for a cowboy romance that I could read this summer, and I bought Done and Dusted by Lila Sage because this seemed to be the other really popular one that was going about just now, and these covers are so stinking cute. I love it. I love this. This is so cute. In this one you follow Emmy and Luke. Emmy has kind of left her small town, she's went to college, she rides horses, and due to an accident she then can't ride these horses again, she can't continue doing what she was doing prior, and she ends up, I think, coming back to the town where she meets Luke Brooks. But Luke Brooks is her brother's best friend. Brother's best friend romance, I'm into it. I think it's just going to be a nice fun romance to read in the spring summertime, and then I can buy the rest of the books in the series if I like this one. The next book I have is going to be a fun one. I think it's just going to be a good, fun fantasy time. I bought That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon by Kimberly Lemming. This book cover, the colours on this, scratch an itch in my brain that I didn't know needed scratched. This is the first book in the Mead's Mishaps series, and I am honestly, I want to buy them all. And I thought, do you know what? Let's try and be sensible here because we're already an absolute nightmare for buying a full series and not even reading it yet, so let's try and be sensible. But I want all these covers. I want them all. They are so fun, and I think the content is going to be just as fun. So in this one you follow Cinnamon, who ends up saving this demon Fallon while she's absolutely steaming drunk, and they end up going on like this wee kind of quest together. This just sounds like so much fun, and I don't think I've ever read something like this before. Buzzing. This next book is everywhere at the moment. It's Bride by Ali Hazelwood. This is the first book out with our kind of STEMinist genre that she's been writing in. Now this is getting a lot of hype because it's like kind of Omega-verse. Now I have not delved into that in the slightest. I know it's like werewolf, shifter, romance, and it has knotting. I bought it instantly. Yep. Next book was almost going to be a cover buy, and then I heard the content and it was an instant buy for me. I was obsessed with it and I was like, oh yeah, purchased in my basket, please come to me. This is Angels Before Man by Raphael Nicholas, and this is a queer retelling of the fall of Satan. Look how nice that cover is. It's soft matte. There's lots going on here. In an eternal paradise, the most beautiful angel, Lucifer, struggles with shame, identity and timidity, with little more than the desire to worship his creator. It isn't until the strongest angel, Michael, comes into his life that Lucifer learns to love himself. Along the way, their friendship begins to bloom into something else, maybe the first romance in the history of everything. But this god is a jealous one, and maybe paradise is not paradise. Obsessed. So when I was on TikTok looking for more queer books, I came across this one, which was a new release this year, and it's called Fallen Thorns by Harvey Oliver Baxter. This is like very dark, very moody, and I believe this is Dark Academia. It's basically about this person called Arlo, and he thought he had everything figured out, go to university, fall in love, get a job, but life doesn't always work like that, and before he has a chance to figure it out, he dies. What happens after that? I don't know, but that was enough to suck me in. I believe this is like an indie author as well, if this is self-published. So yeah, looking forward to reading that. Next two books are horror, right? Now, the first one is Natural Beauty by Ling Ling Huang. This was on a lot of people's favourite horror books of last year, and the more I seen it, the more I was like, I think I could handle that. I'll read you this because this makes me uneasy, but makes me want to read it. The store Holistic is known for its remarkable products and procedures, from remoras that suck out cheap Botox to eyelash extensions made of spider silk. This next book is YA horror, I believe, and it's called My Throat an Open Grave by Tori Bovolino. In this book you have the woods, and in the woods there is a Lord of the Woods, and the Lord of the Woods steals babies. My guy, why are you stealing babies? Why are you stealing babies and taking them to the woods? I'm scared. The main character in this, her brother gets taken to the woods, so then she has to go into the woods to find this Lord of the Woods. How many times can I say woods? To get her brother back. I think it'll be good to kind of see a YA horror book compared to like an adult horror book. Obviously it'll be different content because it's a YA horror, but like how far are they going to push it? I'm not sure, but I'm looking forward to it. The last two books I have to show you are non-fiction because I'm trying to really get into non-fiction this year. It was one of my goals that I wanted to read one non-fiction book a month. I've not achieved that yet. So I bought some new ones to kind of get my inspiration up for non-fiction. The first one being All About Love by Bell Hooks. Now this, I'd seen loads of people like picking this up recently, and my sister picked it up and then she was like, you need to read that, and I was like, okay. Now in this book, at her most provocative and intensely personal, the renowned scholar, cultural critic and feminist skewers our view of love as romance. In its place, she offers a provocative new ethic for a people and society bereft with lovelessness. And then the second non-fiction book I bought this year is The Unexpected Joy of Being Sober by Catherine Gray. This book's on my March TBR and I'm hoping to read it in the month of March because I'm very interested in sobriety as a whole, like people's experiences, people's opinions on it, and how people kind of enjoy living their life that way. It's just something that I'm interested in at the moment. So that's all the books I've bought up until now, and it might seem like a lot, it might seem like not a lot, but at least you know what's going to be coming up in the next coming months because I would really love to read all of these this year. If you've read any of these books, please let me know your thoughts on them in the comment section below. I would love to know because I just want to pick them all up and read them now, and my brain capacity cannot do that at one time. You know, I would like to see what people are reading and what people are liking. So yeah, let me know. Please. Thank you. And that's all I have for you. I'm going to go. So thank you very much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a wee like, give it a wee thumbs up, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!